White chocolate should be burned and buried. Do you know what, Captain Flint? I don't disagree. I can't stand the stuff, but, you know, Sean might like it. Milky Bar Kid and all that. Snowman! Splat! Some kid comes running out. Why, Daddy? I'm a snowman.
Oh, one crane. Where would you like it delivered?
Just on that roof next to you.
Okay, I can lift it on the roof.
That's perfect, Sean. Thanks for that. Crane Wars. Come up here, you. Come and join me. Easy, easy.
Easy.
Uh-oh. I went wrong.
All right, squad.
Oh,
Deputy
right,
Chief
listen up.
Wicker
Pay
here.
attention.
We have an emergency
Victim in the
large
hallway.
storage warehouse.
We need a gas
Oh.
shut off now.
When a gas
Gas
pipe
shut off.
exploded.
Need to find that
Some
quickly.
of the crew is still
Oh,
locked
lovely.
inside. With
I'm
all the
sorry.
chaos
That's
from
how
the
I'd stand in a room like
explosion,
that.
This is a large area.
Right, you come with me.
Thank God you're here.
Yeah, follow me, love.
Oh my god.
Try not to step in anything.
The stairs are gone.
No,
Stairs are gone.
no, I've got to get people out.
That's
What side of the
classic.
building are you on? I can put a
Why is she
ladder
not?
down.
Whoa! Oh, we're dead. I'm gonna huddle in this corner. There's one on fire in front of me. Is she dead? It's not saying anybody's dead yet. She'll be dead in about 30 seconds. So we'll just get close enough to attach. There we go. Hey, whoa, 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 whoa! Hello. Okay, down, boy. Easy, easy.
Easy.
It's like trying to wrestle, like a cowboy trying to wrestle a bull. Look at this.
Easy.
This is perfectly normal.
Easy.
So yeah, you know the guy who likes heavy machinery? I recommend this game. Oh, this guy up here. Right, Smokey, come with me.
Okay, lead the way.
Alright, I've got some ventilation spots on the roof, so I'll put the
Where's he-
fire out and then go and vent.
This guy's just wasting my time now.
Why is this happening?
Why are you
Okay,
not following me?
I
He
understand.
likes living life dangerously.
That was just so dumb. Can I just hit you over the head with this Halligan? That loud. Ooh, that was nasty. No, you scumbag game. Of course I want to winch this way. I don't want to winch to that tree there, the one I'm looking at, that would pull me back. I want to winch to this one. Just stupid things like that. Let me winch that way.
Tell me how you really feel, Paul.
Yeah, I don't think I can deal with that. It's just not pushing back. All the burgers are going flying. That's amazing. Oh, that's superb.
You're having fun back
Oh,
there.
that is superb. Taking a hose pipe to a kitchen full of stuff. This is genius.
I wish they'd just changed their Discord name, to be honest. I've just got pinged to oblivion.
I'm sure that had nothing to do with what I was doing. Where are you?
I've just hit the edge of the map and now I'm stuck in the sidewall.
Oh, wait. Oh, there you are. Oh my god. You've gone from here all the way to the north of the map. You're out of bounds. Focus camera. Enter. Yeah, there you go.
Is it stuck in the red?
Yeah, you're in midair. Another quality product.
One of your squad members needs help. Mayday! Someone help!
You can call for help,
Mayday! Mayday!
but are unable to move or interact with your environment. Depending on your difficulty setting,
Mayday! Mayday!
you need to be rescued by a squad mate or can rest.
Get over here! Mayday!
Staying incapacitated for too long will cause you to become unconscious.
Mayday! Mayday! Please!
In this state, you cannot call for help, and staying unconscious
Help! Mayday! Mayday!
for too long will cause the mission to fail or cause a respawn,
Mayday! Mayday!
depending on your difficulty setting.
Does anybody in chat want to play Roadcraft with me? Because I think I need new teammates.
Oh, and now the eight. No. No. Don't even think it's gonna push me over. It's gonna push me over.
I can't. Oh my god. Do you reckon there's a shortcut through that?
Grass, yeah.
Oh my god, that is a bush with a massive... What the hell is an invisible wall there? That's insane. Whoa, this bridge is not lined up. When I put that in place, that was not like that.
No, it's never been lined up
Alright.
for me.
I've never seen it lined up. The second one
You
did was
can watch the
perfect.
stream back. I lined it up.
But does it matter at the end of the day?
Yes,
Why?
because my brain wants it to be straight. And because I suffer from a condition called straightitis, it has to be straight. And you can't challenge that, so be offended.
I've got the opposite condition to that one, Paul.
You have indeed, mate. I can't argue with that. Good afternoon to you. How you doing? Happy Monday. Hope you're well. Is the AV good today? Are we all good on YouTube's? Are we all good on Twitch? You're foaming. You're foaming here.
I'm looking forward to this. Looks like an interesting game.
Yeah, a bit too fast. Do you know anything about this game? We've got the dev coming in at 3. All right, so at 3 o'clock I'll give him a bell, but until then I'll just kick it off and start playing. Just to let everybody get settled in here. But yeah, it's from the same developers as Bus Sim 21 and 18. And this is a sponsored stream, by the way, guys. I don't normally stream on a Monday, but you guys are here because they're kind enough to do a sponsored stream today. It's all because of the Steam Next Fest that's out. That starts today, I think, and runs to like 20th of April, 20th of October, I think it is. But yeah, we're going to play the demo. We're going to chat with the dev. You can ask him whatever questions you like. I don't think he realizes what he's let himself in for.
Skull Hive.
Because I know there's a lot of bus enthusiasts in the chat. So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for 120 months, Kelly. Wow, it's like 10 years. Flipping heck. Well done, thank you.
A squirrel Twitch stream on a Monday.
Ah.
What a treat. Looks like an interesting game. Have fun and thank you.
Thank you, Boeing. Thank you for 146. Monroe, 105. Bit too fast, 129. Framey was 66. You're the 117.
Good afternoon, Paul. Hope you are doing well.
Yep.
Sklisklove.
I'm doing all right, Andy. Thank you. Thank you for 42 months. Let me click on new
OMG.
game.
Have I really been following 10 years?
Let's play the tutorial. Go on, let's play the tutorial. Let's see what it's like. 7-day stream, lol. Silverhead Devil, 122 months. Apparently, you've been following 10 years.
The city council is finally on board. As of this moment, we officially have our very own bus service.
Garage is up and running too. Now all we need is a bus to drive.
How much do you know about this driver of yours, Chuck? Good vibes?
Have a good
Here
feeling
is something
about
for
this
you
hire,
cool
Jeff.
tigers to clip.
I
Get
think they're
wrecked,
going to
Flinty,
take
you're
what we're
missing the
building
start of
here
the stream.
and turn it into something great.
Lol, I'll plug you out.
Actually, this might be a good time to do a check. I'm putting in a call.
Okay. Right, can I change the camera? There we go. Hey, let's go first person. Ooh, clicky button hype. Passenger lights, cockpit lights, indicators, doors. Nice. I'm going to use the controller today. So I sit at my desk. I think it has wheel support as well. I'm sure it does. A window test. Can we open the windows?
Well, howdy there, stranger. You must be the bus driver I asked for.
Weekend hype
I'm
rate, it's
Chuck.
Monday.
It's a pleasure.
I've no idea where to put chat or myself. I've taken a guess, but we'll see how we go. It didn't squeak. Oh, it did actually. Listen. There's like a dry... There's a definite dry squeakiness to it. I like it. Yeah, Robert's that's like 37. I should probably get in that lane, shouldn't I? How do I indicate? I don't know the controls. But dude, that wasn't me. Guy overreacted. There's no one near him. What does that mean, Matt? Mythical Beast, second 44. What was this? Turn signals. Ah, L1. The useful switching lanes project. Yep. Next, R1. Your mirrors are visible on the HUD while you turn. Proper use of turn signals and mirror checks are key to preventing accidents, okay?
Using your indicators will come in handy when you want to change lanes or turn onto a new road. It will inform the other drivers of your intentions and make it safer for everyone.
I like the way the mirror pops up. That's kind of handy. What was that about the main beam? Oh, there you go. The controls are bottom left now. Good morning, Ty. Speed limit 45. Nice. You're working hard to make steering wheels. Oh, hey. Yeah, I haven't tried it on a steering wheel. I'm just trying a controller for now. See how we get on. Oh, dear. Drive faster. I don't want to crash, to be honest. Well, I'm going to floor it. Let's see what happens. Swap perspective. R. No, I like first person. Oh, I'm going to hit the barrier. Listen to the audio. Like when I back off the throttle. Sounds like it's putting the retarder in or something. Apparently it does have licensed buses, Rodney, but we can ask him when he joins us.
If I'm not mistaken, you should now see the city in the distance. Welcome to Amberville.
Right.
Ain't it a beauty?
Let's floor it. 45. Can we go quicker? Yep. I actually don't know if it has cruise control, actually. I do not know.
Now, let's get you picking up some passengers. Some are waiting for you at the Hall of Fame stop.
What happens when you crash? I've no idea, Ty. I'm such a good driver, I never crash. Oh, look, a scarecrow. Am I meant to be in this lane? There we go. Oh, I like that audio. Where are we going? Oh, hang on. I need to change lane. We've got some roadworks going on. I like the little, the arrow system. Traffic lights turn right on red. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, be careful. Accidents happen. Yeah. Oh, God, slow down. I like the sat-nav, like, augmented reality.
Big 40 here.
Arrows.
Double
That's
tops
nice.
Grove.
There you are. Just slow to a stop in the box on the right, labeled bus.
Thank you, Crisps. First passenger hype. Engage parking brake. Open doors. Do I have to sell my ticket or anything? Wait, it's 3 o'clock. I should actually close doors 1 second. I should be calling the dev right now. Just give me a minute. Oh, we got a thumbs up for something.
We don't charge for bus tickets in Amberville. Our funding comes from the city council, based on how well our passengers think we're doing.
Interesting. Reputation based. I wonder if they've got like bus lanes with dedicated traffic lights and stuff. What the heck, Zenom? It's Monday, mate. What am I doing live? Oi! Dude. I need to move over and there's a... There he is. Oh, 30. It's interesting because I'm used to miles per hour, so this is quite good for me. Welcome
it's
to
always
Ember.
good to keep track of the route you're driving, the time of day, and the weather.
Okay, so top right, it says final stop, minus 23. I presume that means we're ahead by 20 seconds. But by the time the lights are finished, we'll be late. Which explains why all buses are late. Which lane do I need to be in? That one. I'm coming up to my final stop somewhere. That is a lot of parked cars. Oh, and passengers don't feel too sick. Can't we turn right on
The
red?
navigation system on the road will always show the route you should be taking.
How do I honk my horn? Oh, there you go. What's this guy doing? Dude! Why can't he turn right on red? I haven't hit anything yet. That's a win. Oh, he wants to go straight. Well, why doesn't he go in the left lane then? Yet. Does that mean there are 5 passengers and we'll be there in 5 minutes? Is that what that means? I thought this next stop was around the corner. I should have called the dev by now. I'm so late. Hang on. Let's see if I can... Can I pause this? Let me call him. I thought it was literally around the corner. Let's see if we can get him on. There he is. Call. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Doing good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm just going to get your volume right. Lovely. Can
Yeah,
you hear me okay?
Can you hear me well?
I can hear you. Guys, can you hear him? Hopefully.
The sound is nice. Our community manager gave me a nice microphone. I hope it does the job.
That's really good. That's very nice of him. Yes, they can all hear you loud and clear. Flo. I've got your name right, haven't I? Flo.
Absolutely.
So Flo is the... What are you? You are the game designer, aren't you, at Still Alive Studios?
Exactly. I'm one of them. So we have a couple of game designers on Busbound. And yeah, I will help you through this demo today, I guess, or so. And, which you shouldn't need. I think it's very straightforward. But yeah, also here to answer some questions about the game.
Well, thank you very much for joining me. So, if I understand this right, so you guys developed Bus Sim 21 and 18, and
yes.
you're now releasing Busbound all, but we don't know when it's coming out. But that's one of my questions. But Busbound is basically, is that like the follow-up to Bus Sim 21?
Yeah, I guess you can call it. It's tricky because obviously it's not the next bus simulator.
Yeah.
That's why it has a different
Now
name.
you've got the hang of things.
So
I've given you
all of our
manual control
experience
of the
that we
speed
gathered in the
limiter.
past
Try
for
it out, if
making
you like.
games in that alley is somewhere in there, and yeah, really put a lot of love in this one. But at the same time, this has a new name and like a new vibe, I would also say, compared to our previous titles, because it is not necessarily the spiritual successor. It tries to do some things actually quite different, and that's why, yeah, it is kind of the follow-up, but also kind of not.
Because the gameplay is fundamentally different, you thought we'll give it a different name because it has, like you say, a different vibe.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you're still gonna drive a bus, of course. So, in that sense, things are the same. But as you might have heard already in the tutorial, there there's no ticket charging. We want to focus a lot more on driving, and yeah, put a lot of different focus in how we design our map and stuff like this. So mechanically different, less thinking about money, still a bunch of freedom from other bus sims that like making your lines and so on. But yeah, also then trimmed down on other things, focused more also more on the simulation aspect. You also heard the squeaky sound. I watched your stream so far of like the windows. There's a lot of detail that went into the buses this time that we could also focus more on. So yeah.
It's a really interesting gameplay choice, the way you've basically taken money out the equation and just said, right, just enjoy driving the bus, basically, and then the reputation will count for everything.
Yeah, it was a risky move too. Like we had people feeding that back. It's like, a simulator without money. At the same time, we asked ourselves the question, for coming from bus sim to this one, like money always felt a bit odd for a bus driver to consider, because it is a public service at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So we always immediately felt more right when we tried to get our first mechanics in, where like people respond to your actions. Then have the financial component to it. Felt a lot more to what you would care about when you drive.
So I'm driving around. Was it Emberville? Is a town, isn't it? Okay, so tell us about Emberville, because I don't know how big it is, but from what I'm seeing right now, there's a lot of detail going on. So, like tons of buses, tons of parked cars, people walking around. Like it actually looks pretty lively to me. So tell us about the city.
Yes, honestly, if one would ask me what I'm most proud of in the game, it's probably the city. It's not like that I just made it by myself. There were a lot of people involved. But one of our main focus points was to bring detail into the moments while you drive. Like sometimes you stop at a red light. There should always be something for you to see, something going on. And not just what's happening in the buildings around you and the little parks and whatnot around you, but also a lot of people walking about, a lot of cars. We managed to get a really good amount of traffic going, I think. For a digital city. And that was, like said before, we tried to focus less on some things, focus more on other things. And a big focus was, to get the city livelier and busier.
It definitely looks it. Go to office. Sorry, I was just trying to get out that map screen. So that map overview at the end, I don't know if you can see the stream or not.
I'm watching your
okay, so I finished your tutorial and it gave me like an overhead view and it seemed to show me the bus route. And then I think it was telling me where I picked up all my points or all my penalties. Is that what it does at the end of a journey?
Yes, absolutely, yeah. Mm-hmm. So I always tell you where you picked up, how many people actually. So it's also like a mechanic that we wanted to focus more on. Is like the people should matter. So you can see through your progress, you will see those numbers increase. There will be more people coming into your bus when you achieve certain things. And then also you will get more with those multipliers. You will get more of those thumbs or likes in the bus stops to progress further. Yeah, you can see all of that in the summary all the time.
Okay, so let's just, because I've just clicked on drive and it's telling me about what you were saying about the thumbs up and that kind of thing. It's saying serve bus stops to collect thumbs up. After collecting them, you get a badge. So how does that system work, though? What are we just collecting loads of thumbs up and then we get so many, we get a badge for it?
Exactly, yeah. So I guess the tutorial sign does a good job at this point to explain that. Beyond that, we also have our city segmented in districts, which I think this sign is now telling us.
Yes.
And
go on.
Like it says, if you get all the badges in a district, so all the bus stops that are like in a certain cluster of the map, you will be able to upgrade a district. I think some people might have seen in our marketing footage already some teasing of what that means. And that's also a big component to when it comes to making our map have more depth and so on. It's not just about the people, the traffic and whatnot, but also adding this component of you can transform certain spots in the map with your bus driving. When you collected all these likes in these bus stop clusters, then things will literally change on the map for the better for public transport and pedestrians.
So do you get to choose where to put bus stops then, or there are just like fixed bus stops but they're locked and then you kind of unlock them?
They are at fixed spots, yeah. But you will unlock more of them throughout your progression, and yeah, that enables you at some point to get all the bus stops of the district, and then get all the badges.
Okay, so you've got lots of districts. A lot of them are going to be locked. As you start to level up that district, it unlocks buses, and you unlock bus stops to do that. Is that generally what's going on?
Take care of the rest.
So I just took a quick sip here. Yes, exactly. That's the progression in a nutshell, I would say. You summarized it very well.
Okay, so it's asking me to select a line to drive. So I've got add a new line or choose one that's 2%. What does that mean?
You see, like on the map, you have these little thumb counters on each bus stop.
Yeah.
And the 2% basically say on all the stops that you have on the line. So there's a lot to do still on this line. It's kind of what this tells you. So just driving it is actually quite beneficial. If you get close to 100%, you might want to modify the line a bit. So you can also put other bus stops in that still need some points. Or you even create a completely new one. That's also part of our progress in the game. You will unlock the ability to add more lines, to also make longer lines, actually. To speed up things.
Okay, so what do you recommend? Just go for just drive the line for now. Drive the existing line.
I would say just drive for now. Yeah, I think we've talked a bunch. And people want to see some bus driving, don't they?
Let's just jump straight in. So I've got to choose from 2 different buses then. Sigma Bluebird. So are these all licensed buses then?
I mean, the 2 you currently see definitely are, yes. And there are more licensed buses in the game. And yeah, we also tried to have some additional buses inspired by buses we find cool, so to say. So there's both like some inspired buses made by ourselves, basically, and officially licensed ones as well.
Oh, it's raining. This could be interesting. How do we turn the wipers on left? There we go. Awesome. So we've got rain. So tell us about the weather system then. Like, what's included in the simulation on the weather side of it?
I mean, in the demo so far, I think we mostly focus on like the clear weather. I think the city looks pretty good during clear or rainy weather, like you have now. And they mix things up in various ways. First of all, the city, I think, changes a lot in vibe. You will see people running around with their umbrellas and their raincoats. Depending on if it's raining or not, sometimes there's more traffic or less traffic in certain areas. And on top of that, your bus will have a bit of a slipperier time when it comes to braking, for example. You will maybe you will notice actually while you drive now, maybe less noticeable for people who just watch, but it is something that becomes more obvious when you feel actually the forces a bit.
So what's the actual kind of simulation like on the bus side of it? Obviously there's friction. There must be friction if we're able to skid and that kind of thing. Like what kind of depth does the simulation go to, do you think?
So we put a good more focus on various aspects of it, like force feedback is a lot more in-depth implemented, I would say, than it was previously. There's also different road surfaces we offer over time where you will actually notice the difference going over these in terms of force feedback, in terms of friction. yeah, all this kind of stuff actually. Even like the wobbling of your bus while the suspension reacts to the driving. Oh, man, there's so much to cover. I mean, obviously also the bus functions. Try to get as many of them going as possible. A lot of things will be automated for you if you just want to play this game.
Okay.
Like your bus will come in and it will be started if the engine is on and whatnot, but you can switch the engine on off. You can customize some things in the simulation part, like you can do the gear shifting yourself. There's also like some tweaks for the casual player that are currently on where you don't have to think about your gear too much. But that part is also like just for the player to control themselves. Same as the like retarder. You don't have to use it if you just want to play. We still have it in there, and it will do its job. So there's so many little buttons I could go over. I don't know. We might get lost if I just talk about these.
The thing is,
so yeah, like lots of stuff to explore for the curious simulation player, I think.
Yeah, I noticed that quite a few of these buttons are clickable within the cab, which is great to see. It's a speed limiter. Is there a cruise control or anything like that?
I don't think so, no. At least not in this bus. There was various, but I lost a bit track at point on which bus features we have in now and which ones we don't. But I mean, the ones you see on your screen are obviously in, but there's also a bunch more in that are not necessarily in your user interface. So it's for people to explore. And I just got notified, yeah, no cruise control, only speed limiter. Some people are watching the stream helping me out here.
Okay, yeah, so there's a speed limit, but no cruise, that's fine.
It's also more helpful in general to have the speed limiter more so because we do local public transport. It's more about like keeping low limit. It's less about like coach driving in this game, more like about like those city bus lines, you know.
Sorry, I thought I was going right then, but I'm actually going straight on.
The main question is,
I think the passengers just freaked out on
windows?
my harsh braking.
Yeah, you will see like they react a lot to all kinds of stuff that you do. Like now, as you gracefully stopped at the line at the stop sign.
Not so gracefully. So what? So how does it work from a gameplay in terms of? Obviously, you're going to be driving buses, but do you start like a bus company fleet? Do you have AI drivers driving other buses, or is it just what you're driving? How does that all work?
Yeah, so you're kind of both. Like, I think we had this in previous titles too. Yeah, actually, definitely had that. That you're kind of both. You both drive the bus, but you also like manage the company. In a sense that we definitely wanted to keep some of the management aspects and improve the ones that I think are really beneficial for driving, which is you also control your bus lines, like we talked about previously on the map. Yep. So this management of your company and your bus network is definitely still a part of it, and that is under your control as a player. But also, yeah, of course, you are the driver first and foremost.
Right. So, and obviously it's mentioned that there's multiplayer in the game. Does that mean your friends can join you and then they drive buses on your fleet? Is that how that works?
That is exactly how that works, actually, yeah. So you'll be able to play with up to 4-player multiplayer, and anyone can join, will be able to join your game. It's a bit different than we did it before. There were like official online games and offline games. Now it's like you just invite them into your game, they can leave again, you can close your multiplayer game again, and then you're just on your own again. So it's a bit more flexible, a bit easier to overview, I would say. And you can drive bus lines together, you can go on the same line or on the same line in different directions or on different lines. They can watch you create the lines, and it's actually super fun. One of my favorite features is that you can like look together over the map, and one is like making bus lines, and you can like talk about how we're gonna do it ideally, and eventually we start driving like modified and new lines.
Oh, that's cool. So when you're in the map screen, sort of drawing your bus line out, your friends can basically see what you're doing and sort of discuss where to put the stops.
Yeah, exactly. So you can plan together and then eventually drive together. That was the main sentiment of how we think multiplayer is working great with what this game tries to do.
That's pretty neat. And so when you set up these lines and you start to drive buses, obviously you get the thumbs up and that gives you the stars. What effect does that then have on the district?
So there's some nuances to it and then some bigger implications. The first thing that might be a little less obvious in the beginning, but it will, over time, I think people will notice very well, is getting those star badges will increase passenger amounts. So there will be a few more passengers coming in as soon as you have a bus stop with a badge, which is then, to get a bit into the math here, beneficial for you that when more people come in, you can pick more people up, can leave more people at stops that come after the stop, and then with your multipliers for your thumbs get more points. So it helps progressing one thing, helps progressing other things, which then leads to the ultimate goal of trying to upgrade those districts. So you get all the star badges in and come into the big implications. Eventually, those districts will transform for the better for public transport and for people to walk around in there. And what you can see is there's a lot of asphalt on our roads going. It's kind of cool. It was kind of cool to work on an American-inspired map in that regard, because there's big lanes and lots of lanes often you find on roads. And so we had a lot of space then when we think about transforming stuff for public transport and for people to walk to work there. So that's something you're going to see when you earn those star badges.
Yeah, because it's giving me stars now, but I can already see on the map there's some pretty wide-looking roads. It's saying I got 37 passengers and 194 likes.
You did pretty well, actually, yeah.
I did okay. So what happens if you're not that great? What happens if you sort of, I don't know, bumping into things, you're aggressive on your braking, you just don't get the thumbs up and you just progress more slowly?
Yeah, you will use those multipliers first and foremost. Like the more people react negatively to your actions when you jump stop signs or traffic lights, crash into stuff, that stuff will just decrease and decrease until the amount of points you will get at a stop are very marginal, and then progress can take a while. Like we also kept the points a bit lower in the demo that you need. In the game, you will see that there will be places where you need a lot more. And if you don't drive well, that can take a long time. So it is beneficial to try your best.
Hi, my name's Cleo. I'm a creative problem solver. Basically,
I just clicked on Garage to see what it said. So it's got some kind of bus customization going on.
Yeah, I mean, I can only invite you to try it out, honestly.
So I presume you can sort of create a color scheme for your fleet and then customize it how you want.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Yeah, so you can.
I guess you can say I'm
you
the
can
one
change
that
colors. There's like
we all do
2
that,
layers of
you get it.
yeah, customizables you can put on there, and some of them you can then also color again, so you can play around a lot there, I think. And on top of that, you can also like save some presets, so you can also put it on another bus, see how it looks there, maybe slightly adjust it for other bus models.
That's neat.
At the surface finish, especially, like one of my favorite things. I think we have some very nice shiny surface finishes, like the pearl one is one of my favorites.
Yeah, that looks really good. Yeah, I just put the pearl one on. I was flicking through, it got to matte, it went to pearl. I thought, yep, I'm having that. Save livery to preset. Preset 1, override. There we go. Apply. There you go. Coloured the bus in randomly. I presume you can put like stickers and decals on there and that kind of thing.
Now we trimmed that part down a little bit because we were a bit unhappy with a bunch of interaction schemes in that regard. And we tried to focus more on, let's have really good surface finish and proper polished things that can also combine really well. And we tried to get the variety of well combinable layers of things more in, rather than people trying to put a bunch of letters on there. I get why some people liked it, honestly, but we wanted to try to hit the foundation super well in here, which I think we did. I think if you take some time in the customization, buses can look super great. I think yours already does, honestly. And yeah, let's see what if something comes beyond that or not. I'm actually not sure.
Yeah, that's fine. I was just flicking through the garage and there's like 17 buses available in the presumably on the full release.
Yeah, that is correct. So there's plenty of cool variations of buses we have. That there's like bendies. I saw in the chat somebody asked for electric buses. They are gonna be a thing as well, and they're also gonna sound a lot different. For example, feel a lot different in terms of weight than, for example, your diesel bus and all this kind of stuff. Lots to explore in the bus variety.
So, just going back to the multiplayer side of it, if I was playing multiplayer and I'm driving a bus and my friend's driving a bus, do we see each other, do we pass each other on the lines or anything like that?
Yes, of course. I mean, that's part of the experience, right?
Nice.
So you can go the same direction and then just be right after each other. What I like to do is we go the same line and go different directions on a line, and then eventually you have this moment that you know from real life where like the bus drivers wave at each other. So that's kind of like how I always imagine it into. It's like, hey, I'm there.
That's cool. So how big do you think, how big's the map going to be? Do you measure it in like square miles, square kilometers? Like how big is the whole Emberville going to be?
I mean, I asked today about some square kilometer numbers. Nobody had a good answer on it. Because eventually you don't think about it anymore, because you just keep expanding stuff and then adding things. And so I don't know exact measurements. It is in terms of road length. There's definitely a lot to explore. There's a lot of drivable roads and then interconnected roads. It gives also a lot of flexibility for your line creation. Map is a good chunk bigger than what you will see throughout the demo. And like I said, beyond just, I would say it's definitely comparable to maps as we had in the past. And beyond that, like I said, I think there's more depth into the roads. There's more depth into the ability to also change how certain parts look of the map. So there's a lot. You're not gonna get bored on this map anytime soon. I can tell you that much.
No, it does look like, I'm actually impressed by the detail of it. Like, it's really detailed.
Yeah, we put a lot of effort into yeah.
I mean,
every little corner. Sometimes you see little stories here and there. People have their shops or something on the side, and then music comes out and whatnot. There's a lot to find in that regard.
People are asking if there's any like hidden areas or collectibles and that kind of thing. You know, the kind of Easter egg type thing.
Not specific collectibles that you can like collect as a mechanic, but you can find some Easter eggs for sure. I mean, I'm not gonna reveal those. People will find some funny things over time. I hope at least people will find it, you know. Maybe some Easter eggs stay hidden until eternity. But
I think the AI just drove into me. The passengers were shocked. I have to say, it plays like in terms of frame rates and that kind of thing. It is fantastic. Like, it's so smooth.
Yeah, I'm super impressed. Like that is something I, as a game designer, am less involved in. But I'm so I sometimes felt actually very bad for people who work on the performance of the game, because for example, I tell you there's more and more passengers coming over time, which means a lot of characters. There's a lot of cars. We wanted to get more cars over time.
Right.
And the people are always like, oh my god, we need more stuff to look out for. And I'm so impressed how well the game runs with so many details on screen all the time. I really was hoping that I'm not ruining the game with the things we propose as designers all the time, and then the performance tanks. So I'm so happy that that didn't happen. People did a lot of magic there to get things work so smoothly.
There's already just a lot of traffic going on. Never mind the traffic on the roads, like the parked cars and stuff. There's a lot going on here, and it's still pretty smooth for me. Are there any bus-only lanes? People are asking.
Yeah, I mean, as teased before, right? There will be some environmental changes over time with our district upgrades, and part of that will be sometimes bus-only lanes or various other things. It goes even beyond just the casual bus-only lane, you know, that is like painted in red. We have a lot of other variety of like bus-only areas and so on that will be in the future of your progress.
Yeah. So coming from like Bus Sim 18 and 21, was there anything that you guys learned from those games that you've, I don't know, either corrected or improved or carried over in this game?
Most definitely. This is the kind of questions where I have to think for a second.
Yeah, of course.
I get stuck in analysis paralysis where it's like, there's probably 100,000 things, but I cannot think of one right now. So.
I mean, yeah, just like the things that might affect players mostly, I guess. Obviously, you've got one is like take the money out of the equation and just go for reputation, right? That's a significant gameplay change right there.
Yeah. Also, especially what I think we took away from Bus Sim 21, when it comes to the whole traffic and the roads, is I think it kind of feels like, you know, I'm patting my own shoulder here, but I think we did a good job to make it actually feel the way we want it to feel. Like we had an American map before, but I think this one properly feels like being there. So we did a lot of a better job to, hey, let's properly, like we did very in-depth research, a lot more research, of the environment, but also of the buses. Like in terms of bus physics, I think it definitely tops what we had before. And just because we had a lot more time to look into this stuff, like I think we scrambled less things you have to do in the user interface so much. Like what we actually encountered, there was like actually our lead designer said that to me many times. He looked at Bus Sim 21 streams and he sees a lot of cases where people look a lot on the map and figure out a lot of things on the map. And I think we trimmed down the things in that regard a lot that are a bit too much, where I have to figure out too many things in a bunch of menus, and you can get into driving. And the things that you do on the map, they actually always just benefit your driving. It's like when you build new lines, that is something you can drive, something that changes for you while you drive. So a lot more focus on that is definitely something we wanted to get in looking back at the old games.
That's interesting. I kind of feel I'm just playing this, and as you're talking, I'm just kind of feeling like you just kind of get lost in it. It's kind of weird. You kind of focus on what you're doing. There's all these things happening. There's traffic. There's passengers. It's quite immersive in that regard. I don't know.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Honestly, when watching people play.
Yeah, the city just feels. It doesn't feel dead. It doesn't feel stale. Like it just feels like. It's a thing that you're in. It's kind of odd. Can you disable it? Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I can. It's funny. It's kind of like, I think for the casual person who is not a bus driver themselves, I think the experience is quite similar to you just go in a car on a road trip, maybe with a friend or two in the car, and you're just there. Like you have to focus, of course, right? You have to drive the car, you have to be cautious about stuff, but at the same time you're you're hanging out, and eventually you just get lost in the flow.
Yeah.
And it's just a nice time. So we also wanted to have the game feel like that, honestly. To like I remember back in the day, we struggled a lot to. Driving a bus is not that simple, actually. I would say, like especially when you get started, and that's also always a hurdle that felt hard to overcome in previous titles, I think too, in the beginning of the game. And we just tried to ease some stuff out, especially for new players, to get exactly into that mood where you can just keep going and just have a chill time.
I was going to ask about the, I've seen some random encounters. I've seen some, I think it was a garbage truck that was pulled out on the road. I've seen a delivery drop off on the road. What kind of these random events are scattered through the map? I presume they're just dynamically created.
Yeah, they will pop in and out there at times. So part of making the map more lively is not just to create lively places, but to also have certain things that change. And you will see, a bunch of roadworks here and there, or people blocking the road for various reasons. As it is in real life, like at some point there's like a little thing where the police stop the car, and maybe it's on your lane you're driving on because somebody had a little crash into someone, and then you need to go around that. It feels very... It undersells it when I say I think it feels very normal. I think we try to make it feel special in a sense. It's something new and interesting we want to try to do in the game. But yeah, like I think it feels quite lively, right? Like something you would also expect from a world that's alive.
On that list to the left. If you can support more, you can just add to the end of it.
While you're talking, I just thought I'd go into this line editor thing to see what I can do.
Yes, absolutely. That is, I mean, it's definitely part of a big part of the game. There's a lot of love that went into this thing as well, honestly. Like it's a lot more intuitive. You can do a lot more things that you would think you can do in such an editor than in previous titles. So I'll just guess I'll have a look how you build your stuff. So what are your thoughts at building this now? Do you have a strategy?
Well, so first thing I noticed was nobody's been up to Phoenix High. He's got 040, so I thought, well, that'd be a good place to start because we're not serving that. And then it says 25% more passengers. And then I sort of scroll down to have a look for another stop I could go to. I see that one's already full on 30 of 30. Does the one next to it mean it's like a level 1 star or something?
The number is just like the number of the stop along the line. So 1 is the first one, 2 is the second one. If you click another one, it's going to be free.
Oh, I thought, I kind of meant the little number at the bottom right-hand corner of the star. Oh, is that not a number?
Yeah, that is like that actually is exactly what you mentioned. So eventually, after a district upgrade, basically, that number can increase further. So currently it's at 1. But even already having the star will give you some benefits, like you will get more people coming into this bus stop, for example.
Oh, this is interesting. So I can actually technically loop back that way. Huh. And then go like that. I create a weird figure of 8 sort of pattern. Ideally, is there a way... There's no bus stops down this road here. Is this because the demo there's only like a few stops?
I mean, not necessarily because of the demo. All I've got to say is maybe there's going to be one eventually in the full game. I have to tell you, in the demo, you're not going to see one there. That's true.
Yeah.
But in the full game, this will look the same as for you right now, this spot. But eventually, maybe, if you progress enough.
Well, top left it says 5 of 12, so that's 5 stops out of a possible 12, but I'm struggling to see any more bus stops.
Actually, I mean, you don't have to fill it up. It's just like what you can do,
Okay.
So
you're keeping some secrets for now. This one of your colleagues is in the chat. Tell us about the weather then. So it says shift morning is rain. Is the weather dynamically changing as you drive through the day?
There's basically one weather per shift, as you might have noticed. There's like, you finish a shift or a drive, and then you come to the next shift for the next drive. And the weathers will change with the shift. And depending on that, you might want to adjust some things. Maybe some, if you feel like on a slippery road with a bendy bus is a bit tricky, maybe you pick a bit of a smaller one. I mean, in the demo, that's limited, of course, decision-wise. But yeah, something you can also, for your tactical decision-making, so to say, when driving. And also changes the experience a lot. Like you can see, everything is a bit foggier now with the rain. So just changes also the experience a bunch.
So is there a, obviously you create the line, is there a bus timetable? Or is there a, like, does it create a timetable behind the scenes, or you just pick a shift or something? How does that work?
So the shift is basically like time bound. So it's not like that you can skip certain parts of the day. You will always go through a day through its shifts, so to say. And you will just drive these. That is one, for example, one of those things where we felt like people spend a lot of time in menus to figure out their timetable and whatnot. And we wanted to give you more focus on like the driving, because timetables, for example, don't affect you for your drive. There's a lot of the management part there. So we were just like going, how about we give you a more powerful line editor? Can actually do a bunch of things. If you want, we can have a look at that later again, that you couldn't do before. But then trim back on some other things like timetable that is not something that benefits your drive in the moment, because the times of days are going to change regardless. That's also part of the challenge. Like you should should be able to drive in every shift at any weather. So it's also something the game demands from you, so to say. So yeah, that's actually quite fundamental change, I think, compared to the past. Yeah, it's an interesting question.
And when obviously you've got rain in it, is there snow, is there ice? Do the seasons change? What's the environment doing?
How do I say this gracefully? There's some more things we definitely want to do there, aside from like rain and so on. But that one, I think I'll leave a bit on a cliffhanger here. We'll see. There's some more weather we want to, and some more interesting effects we want to try to make there. But I don't even have the exhausted list at hand now, what we want to do. But we want to do more than this. So stay tuned, I would say.
Okay. Do you have any kind of possible release window for this yet? Like, is it 2025, 2026? I mean, obviously you don't know it exactly, but what are we talking? Years, months?
We're talking 2026, yeah. I think I'm not in a position to give you, a narrower date range, but definitely next year.
Good enough. So I guess that means you've got more time to add more stuff then.
Yes, exactly. I mean, this is just a demo at the end of the day, right? It's just a little slice we are already proud of, but there's also a bunch of places where I still want to get my hands on, and other people as well, where we still want to polish out some things, add some more things. So yeah, the demo is definitely, a slice, and there's a lot more to explore, I would say.
And have you guys put a roadmap together for like what you want to do after release, or is it just release the main game and then see where we're at kind of thing?
There are some plans, definitely. There's more stuff we want to do. I mean, from the past, I think people know that there's some obvious additional content that you can add to this kind of game. Like maybe we will add more vehicles at some point. There's some stuff we have along also in terms of additional other content. So you have more gameplay, more stuff to do on the map and so on. So I cannot give you specific details, but there is there is already an internal roadmap, and yeah, like I said, I think the buzzwords or the bullet points are more stuff to do for you on the map. Some more buses here and there. That is definitely to come.
Okay, so in terms of the buses, I could see what 17 I think it was in that garage, which will all presumably be available on the full release. You've got diesel in there. I think there was natural gas ones in there, I think, and I think I saw an electric one. Is that the definitive list?
Yeah, I think in terms of engines, we have 4 different types in, which is like hydrogen, CNG, electric, and obviously the diesel that is already available in demo. And they feel quite different, especially I think for me personally, there's a noticeable different experience between driving a diesel or an electric bus. Like electric buses they're usually heavier. I think we like the people working on our vehicles did a really good job. So you feel that they are heavier, and all this kind of stuff. So you want to usually, but then like acceleration is fine, as long as you don't go too high on a slope. Acceleration is actually pretty good on these buses. So there's like some variety in what they are good at, what they are bad at, that I think people will have a fun time exploring and then eventually choose, like for this kind of line, I want to get this because there's a bunch of slopes. But then for other things where stop and go a lot, electric bus is actually cool. They accelerate pretty well, for example. So there's some interesting nuances to that, where we tried to also stay quite accurate ultimately with how real buses differentiate in these aspects.
I was going to say, what is the consideration when you're planning a route and then you say, right, I want to drive that route? What is the consideration as to what bus you might want to pick to drive for particular routes? Does it matter, or is it just personal choice?
I would say kind of both. I think if you're a fantastic driver, you will be able to manage most routes with most buses, even like the longest bendies and whatnot. But especially until you're there, I would say you can make some good choices in terms of, you will eventually realize, hey, there's some tighter turns in certain parts of the city, and maybe I don't want to take too big of a bus, and yeah, then you rather still pick a small one that you can easily handle, even though it fits less people and the route would actually give you this many people, which you could then again transform into more points, right? More people, more points. But you might don't want to risk that. Maybe you crash into some stuff. Maybe you overbend your joint on the bendy bus, which people also kind of complain about, and so on. So it is mostly for your consideration. We didn't try to rule out a certain bus to drive in a certain area completely, but there will be areas where like bigger buses are a bit harder to manage. Like I said, with slopes, heavier buses usually can take them a bit harder. So maybe you still want to go for something with a lighter engine and so on. So there's various considerations, but if you just want to drive and there's a bus that you love and you don't mind too much if you make some mistakes, there's also a lot of freedom we give you ultimately, what bus to drive.
And is the plan, like, obviously Emberville, I don't know how big Emberville, I think you mentioned how big it was earlier actually, but is the plan to, like, is it pure inner city driving kind of bus sim, or is the plan to allow you to drive out to districts, kind of like suburb kind of lines, or is it just pure inner city?
I think I can say that much, honestly. Yeah, there will be some things that feel a bit more remote, not like super high-rise building kind of stuff. We also have like some suburban stuff in the back. I think I can tease that much. So yeah, we tried to get a good mix. I think honestly, a big strength of the map is to have like really distinct districts. Like our suburban area, you will notice will feel a lot different to what you're driving right now. And even like even already in the demo, there's like more the construction-y kind of area around the tracks. There's this little area with the schools and university where you're currently, and then like the huge buildings in the other district. There's a lot of variety there, so it's not just in a city, definitely.
Oh, the mapping team's done a super job. Like, they really have. Like, even just like, you just look at a building and it's not just a box with, you know, windows and stuff. Like, it's all there. Like, all the details, the windows, it's all lit up. It's
the pizza stand you just passed, like, so,
yeah.
And sometimes even sound-wise, like sometimes these little things also, you can also notice, oh, this guy is always playing this music at his garage. Also, there's some neat things to explore here and there.
Let's take some questions from chat. There's some people are saying, will it have VR support?
There's no VR support planned at the moment. I can see why people would ask that, especially when you're bound to the driver's seat. But yeah, it's another big fish to tackle. I'm not sure what the future brings. You know, eventually we might gonna go like, hey, things are going, and I think we can manage to do it. But yeah, it's not on the near future roadmap, definitely.
What about things like head tracking or track IR, that kind of thing?
I mean, at least not in the demo. We don't have any, for the lack of a better word, fancy peripheral support other than steering wheels. There we tried to get a lot working, actually. Yeah. There's no like official list yet, but we tried to get as many working as possible. I think most stuff people have should already work in demo there. And if sometimes you just might just set up input scheme or so, but yeah, and if not, definitely go in our Discord to tell us if stuff is not working, because we want to support as many as possible, as well as we can. And beyond that, other peripherals, they were part of our previous games, like we had like eye tracking and so on. So I'm not sure about the roadmap for these kind of things, like what's definitely included and what not, but I know that over time we were always trying to get more things supported, but I don't know about any specific hardware other than steering wheels, like what's going to be supported. So I'm trying to be very cautious here to not say this thing we definitely have and then it's not. But yeah, we want to satisfy more peripherals eventually.
That's fair enough. I think it's just, I just leveled up a district and I think that might have ended the demo.
There is, yeah, actually. Damn, I'm talking so much and then I'm skipping over those highlights that are happening. Because I can't hear your stream, right? Because I would hear double. I muted it.
Click on YouTube, skip tutorial, there we go. Get back in. So people are saying, does the map evolve as we play, like visual changes? I think we just saw a bit of that then. When I leveled it up, it sort of changed the district a little bit.
Exactly, yeah. Like mentioned before, I guess some people join at all kind of times, right, when you stream. Yeah, we have some, that's actually, I think, one of the biggest things, or one of the biggest goals for you to pursue in the game is to change bigger chunks of the environment for the better, for the bus and for the people to be able to walk there, which is what we call district upgrades. It's a thing, and some of them are making quite significant differences to the map.
So people are asking, does your... Okay, so it has a big impact on the city. That's interesting.
Yes, I would definitely underline what our community manager said there. There's...
Right, chat, come on. This is your opportunity to ask the developer about the game. So get your questions in. I may have missed a few of them already. Are we able
question mark of Ottawa here probably means the city of this. It's a fictional city, but heavily inspired by the Appalachia region and like Nashville, these kind of parts of the US.
Is the map based on one city? I assume it's all Emberville.
Exactly. Like with a lot of inspiration from Nashville and, yeah, in general the Appalachia region, not exclusively Nashville. But also then little things that we that are just generally inspired by American cities, like our crosswalks, for example. They are used in different parts of the US, actually, the way they are painted. So some pieces we took from other places where we felt like it fits a bit better our theme. Also, our bus stop looks a lot more, like the road paint of the bus stop looks a lot more San Francisco-ish, actually, because it's a lot more obvious with the text bus stop and so on. So we kind of liked that to make it more obvious for players. So mostly Appalachia and Nashville, but also some bits and pieces here and there inspired by other places.
So people are asking on Unreal Engine 5, they're asking, will it have mod support?
Yes, what I can definitely say in terms of mod support is that you will be able to create different skins and so on mod-wise. And what I can also definitely say mod support-wise is that you will be able to mod the radio a bit. So, well, not just a bit. So, like trying to get stream different kinds of music into the game than what our WEMB station has to offer.
Do you see this game staying in North America, or do you think it will be like a European, I don't know, DLC or something in future? Or do you just not know?
I would say this game probably will stay a bit more to the vibe that it currently has, like the North American one. Yeah, I don't know what the far future brings, but in the near future, definitely more. We try to capture that and focus a bit in terms of the visuals and the vibes.
People are asking, will there be sort of narrow roads and more trickier roads rather than the big wide ones?
There will be, yeah, definitely different kinds of roads. Eventually, also narrow roads. That is also something when it comes to upgrading districts. Of course, it's nice always for people to have more space to walk, but it also means sometimes there will be some narrow sections for you to overcome, because now this is not for the vehicles anymore, but there's a lot of open space. So some things will get narrower over time, actually, here and there, and also while you explore the map, different parts of the map, you will find places with some narrow sections.
Do you think it will be possible for modders to add maps to it?
At the moment, I have to say no. So there's a lot. That is mostly because, I mean, we talked a lot about the depth of this map, and there's a lot of systems with sometimes quite significant complexity, where it was just at the moment almost impossible for us to consider to also figure out how to expose that to everyone to work with, and to also educate people how all these tools work to make a map. And so we try to be more cautious when it comes to map modding this time, because there's a lot more systems going on map-wise here.
Okay, and in terms of like the should we call it career mode? How does the progression go? Does it sort of level you up, or is it a case of you just create more routes, you unlock districts, the map expands? Do you add bus drivers to it and more buses? Do you buy buses if you don't have money? Like, how does all that work?
You will unlock bus models, basically. And also one of the reasons why we added like presets for customization is you basically can always pick the model you want to drive with, and then also easily change how you want it to look with the presets. So you don't bother in the game necessarily anymore about how many buses of this type do I have, but more like, okay, I unlocked this bus model, I want to drive it on a route, I want to make it look like this, and then you go. So yeah, that is something less to worry about, and we've tried to focus it more to worry on, hey, I wanna use this bus for this route because the map is just kind of distinct, and I prefer driving here with this, driving here with that, and put the decision making more towards that rather than how many buses of this type I have.
So people saying that there are NPC bus drivers to expand the service. So do you have to drive every route yourself, or do you set up an AI driver to drive it?
Well, currently there's not other drivers that drive your lines necessarily. And we will see how far that goes. There's some things that are quite tricky in that regard because the city is so much more different in how it looks. And the one thing that is like actually I think the main point is there's a lot of I think also behind this question a lot of the notion of the company management part of the previous games.
Yeah.
Which here we really tried to put the focus on the driving, which is like the physics are a lot more realistic, and the city is designed to be a lot more interesting in terms of how you drive in there and so on. And therefore, when it comes to do I assign people to lines and so on, it's not what the emphasis is on. The emphasis is for you to drive well, and that is what the game will judge you about, not necessarily about economic decisions. And that's also where the focus is. It's more on the driving, the city, the physics, which I think, turned out to be a big one-up compared to what we had before.
Okay, so it's basically less management and more focus on driving.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's interesting. Because if it's focused on being a driving game, then, there needs to be a lot of drivable area. I mean, because that's what you want to get out of the game, isn't it? To drive around an interesting city.
Exactly, yeah. That's, like I said before, less time in menus, spend more time in the bus. I think I'm very happy about going with the sentiment. I felt very brave in the beginning, honestly, to get rid of some traditional, how do you call it, restrictions or lanes that you set yourself. But I think it turned out really well.
Does the time of day that you're driving around, is the time of day affected by, or rather, is the traffic affected by the time of day that you're driving? So do you get like a morning rush hour, an evening rush hour?
Yeah, these things are affected both by the time of day and then also by the area you're in. So there's like some districts where there's more going on by night, so there's a bit more traffic and also more people running around there. And then on the other hand, like for example in districts you're around here a bunch, like the educational one, there's a lot more traffic going on in the morning there than it is like in the night, because nobody goes to school at night.
Right.
So these things, we try to theme these things very well, so it kind of makes sense where things happen at which time. So yeah, both things are a factor, time and place in that regard. Both for pedestrians, so people walking about, and actually also passengers, and the traffic as well. They have like different spots where more is going on at different times of day.
How do I edit that line that I was just driving, or do I just have to add a new one?
You can click on the line, and there was always you always usually go to start driving, but you can also so when you select the line in the list, you can just you will find basically a way to edit your lines.
This is where you can add new lines and adjust the ones.
And there you can try an interesting thing actually, which is a bit one of the more sophisticated things. Like if I can ask you a question, like if you can support more, you can just what would be, in your opinion, the most intuitive way to pop the stop up there into your line?
We're keeping the lines
maybe you have an idea.
Get hold of that and drag it over to the stop.
Maybe you want to try that?
Okay, so if I
you can use these waypoints to build a line, and if you place one of them on a stop, that
and then
stop
I can click
will be
add stop.
added to the line. The details are all on the left here.
I think that just did it. Nice. Does that mean I can drag a... Ooh, I can drag a waypoint over here.
Exactly. Yeah, you can even just drag the waypoint on the stop, and then it will be part of your line. So there's a lot of flexibility in the line editor. I think it's a feature that received a lot of love, which I'm super happy about. Like, you can also add stops multiple times. You did this with your last stop actually already. It's the first and the last one of your line. So to add a circle, you can also create ping pong lines yourself with like bus stops that are only served once. You can create pretty much any line you can create. You can think of how you could make it in real life. I think we added most things you need in order to create like huge varieties of different things. Like circle around the same thing many times, or yeah, like I said, just do a ping pong. It's very, very flexible. And then also you can choose the different spots you want to pass just with the waypoints as well.
I like that. That's really cool, because like now I can go down Panda Street. And also I can go down Mason Drive, which is a big wide road next to the river. So when we get the full map, we'll be able to drive, well, yeah. Somebody asked, is there going to be things like airports? Can we be able to do, like, travel to interesting places like airports, train stations, that kind of thing? Will they be in there?
I don't. So there will be some stuff definitely, like train and a bigger transit station eventually for sure. Beyond that, I'm just gonna say I actually think currently sorry if I interrupt answering the question, but your line, if you go back for a sec.
Oh, I've gone out now.
You already been in. Oopsie. I think because I think you're just passing the bus stop you wanted to add now. I think you didn't click to add it. Because you can also just pass things to not necessarily add them to your line if you don't want to serve them. I'm pretty sure.
I'm just going to see if I can get back into the
right.
editor.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Drive. Okay, so I think edit line. Okay, so I'm in the editor.
I'll get the network maps updated now.
Yeah, I added a waypoint to go past.
I think you can just click it, the one on top, the Phoenix one. That's why it also tells you like you still need to connect it. If you just click on the bus stop on the top.
Oh, I see. So why did that add a loop then?
It.
1, 2.
Boom.
It's added it as a loop as number 6 now. Can I reorder these?
Interesting. Yeah, you can actually remove it with a right click, for example. Just like that. And then drag your waypoint on top of it that you have close by to it. And then you can kind of insert it. Just drag it in like that. Exactly. Then it will consume it and boom. It's part of your...
Wait, so you can add bus stop once more, so you can actually loop back through it again?
Exactly. You can create crazy types of lines with like adding stops multiple times and so on. There's a lot of variety you can get out of there.
Do you always drive clockwise, or can you drive the same thing in reverse?
Yes, actually, if you save your line, you will notice that in the where you can start your drive, there's also a direction switch in there. So it will usually auto flip it for you. So if you drove it one direction before, next time you drive it, it will go the other direction. That's the auto direction. Or you just pick a designated direction. So like A to Z or Z to A, we call it, to go from the first to the last or the last to the first. And then the little arrows will show you which direction the line is flowing.
I can't get across the river yet. I can see all these little barriers that are blocking me from going outside the zone. As somebody was saying, can you drive over the river? I don't think you can. How many loops do you have to do in a complete workday? Is it a time function or is it a timed loop function? Is one of the questions.
So yeah, this one shift is basically, because we talk about line editor here, so it's a good way to answer this question. So you build your line that goes from the first stop to the last stop of your line, depending on the length. And that drive, going from there to there, even with repeated stops in between and whatnot, that is one drive in one shift. Then eventually your line drive will be complete. And then the shift is over. So you can create lines that loop around multiple times just by yourself. But if you don't, it's always just going to be one loop or one regular line, one shuttle line, so to say, from A to B or from B to A. That is usually one shift and one drive. And anything you want to do fancier during one drive, you can try to create it with your line editor. But yeah, that's how the time progression works here.
I see what you mean, but we're able to create crazy routes. So you unlock routes by improving your skills. Yeah, so presumably what's happening is, let's say I'm locked in like this, but I'm in the full game. Once I've leveled up one of these stops, it'll improve the district, but at some point, it will then say, right, you can have this new district over the other side of the river. How is that controlled? Is that by leveling up neighboring districts or by a personal skill level that I go through?
So if you notice there are also little rewards. If you zoom in a bit on the map, but when you're on the main map screen, you can see these little rewards usually on the bus stops. And sometimes they will help you to get new bus stops. You actually already unlocked the one in the very top right. And eventually some bus stops will reward you with bus stops that go a bit beyond the current part of the map you can play in.
Right.
And that is then your chance to incorporate it into a line, and then you will be able to access those areas and serve those areas. And also then evolve districts over there. So yeah.
Because one of the one I'm on here, it says +1 additional line, so that if I level that stop up, it will allow me to create an extra line.
Exactly, yeah. And then for your convenience, you have then multiple lines on your map screen. You can just select from, and you can also expand them, of course, to progress a little bit easier.
So these bus routes here, this one's saying 15 minutes. So let's say I just want to drive around for like half an hour, 45 minutes. But this route is 15 minutes. What's the solution to that? Do I just tell it to loop a couple of times, or?
I mean, technically, that is one thing you can do. The thing is, we also wanted it to make sense, of course, to some degree. Which is eventually, if you visit us way too many times after each other, like if you just ping pong between two stops over and over, eventually people are not gonna board there anymore, or very low amounts, because it also doesn't make sense for them to board your bus if you just keep looping around a small place. But you can create bigger loops, or also visit stops repeatedly to some degree without any negative implication. And also, of course, as soon as you expanded your map by unlocking new bus stops and new districts, you're gonna be able to go across those bridges. Eventually, there will be a lot more space for you to create bigger lines without any repetition. And yeah, they could take you a half an hour eventually, for sure.
Yeah, I suppose once you've got a much bigger playground, a much bigger map, you can create much bigger routes, can't you, to drive around?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, chat, have you got any more questions for Flo? What about the extended bus stop to fit unmutable buses at once? I don't know what you mean, Dustin. Can you switch lines, or do you have to go back to the depot to do it?
You're not, during your drive, you usually drive that line you're driving. So it's not what I think what the question is kind of going towards is that in the past you were sometimes just driving about with your bus, and then you just try to go on a line. We did that back in the day on Bus 21. In this game, you usually go a bit more through the flow, which also I think, by the way, heavily improves organizational things during multiplayer between players. But you can definitely just roam around the city, like we did not remove that part. I think in the demo it's unfortunately not available yet, but when it comes to picking a line, you will do that usually through the map screen, where you can also edit them and then change the buses.
Okay, and when when this does come out, is it PC only? It's not on console or anything, is it?
Oh, it is.
it
We
is.
are so it's gonna be on Steam and on Xbox Series and PS5.
There you go. Xbox, PS5, and PC, guys. Yes, there's multiplayer at Silver Fox. There's a 4-player co-op multiplayer, so you join somebody's session and you effectively drive for their company. The people who join and help out their friend, what do they get out of it?
They mostly help you to progress, so it's more like let's progress a game, or let's either play a game fully through together, and you don't touch that save game, or just touch it with your friends, of course.
Gotcha.
So eventually in the main game you will also the ability to have multiple saves, which in the demo is currently limited. So you can then just pick a map by yourself that you play mostly with your friends, and then also return the favor. Like progressing with friends also means progressing faster. So we progress faster on both of our save games if we want to play it like that, or we play it exclusively in multiplayer, and that's then a decision we make together for a certain save game.
Okay, and are there any, when they say failures or emergencies, I presume they mean, does your bus fail? You know, do you get a flat tire? Does your engine break? Is there any of that in the game?
We don't have that in, mainly because we wanted to focus on the driving experience. And then all of a sudden, when there's this thing where you get out and so on, you know, and you try to fix the tire specifically or so. We like I said, we really try to focus on what's happening during the drive in the driver's seat. And there's a lot of things for you to explore, but not going out of there, because it's a whole other layer, and we wanted to polish rather this experience a lot more.
A number of people are confused as to why there's a bike on the front of the bus.
Yeah, this bus has a bike rack in front, and eventually when people come into your bus, there will a bike might pop into there because somebody has it with them. That is a thing.
I don't think they do that in Europe, do they?
In Europe, at least, what I at least know is we have some, like we have bike racks in the back, for sure.
Yeah, not on the front.
Front, I'm not sure. Yeah, might be.
I've never seen one. Definitely not in the UK, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, is there any the passengers that are getting on? Is there any sort of interaction with them at all? I know we don't have to sell them tickets, but do they? I can hear them now and again. I'm not sure if they're giving comments on my driving or not. But is there any other interaction apart from that?
They will be quite. They're quite aware of what's going on around them, and you will notice that like when you pass like sometimes little events, and so they sometimes have something to say about that, like the events you mentioned before, the constructions and whatnot. There will also be bigger ones where they have some stuff to say about that. And the biggest thing, you're mostly playing in first person, which I appreciate a lot, but in my opinion, that's how you play the game. But especially in first person, you will also notice a lot that the reactions you get, they're actually coming a lot of the times from the passengers. There will like little emoticons on top of their heads that will tell you, oh, this guy noticed, in fact, that you didn't stop at the line or what. And when you crash, you can see their emotional reactions to all of the kinds of things you do. So I think they make the experience quite a bit more lively. It's not like this, I would say not God vision, but like this higher power that watched you in the previous games that were like, oh, you didn't use that indicator here. But it's more like the mistakes that matter are the mistakes people notice, and that is like how passengers, not just passengers, but also traffic and pedestrians play quite a big role in the game.
Yeah, I have to say, I know it's only a demo, but I'm really enjoying just driving around, picking people up and dropping them off. It's hilarious. I just got an upgrade on Ash Tree. It said unlock driver modifier or something. What's that?
So eventually we also figured that there was those drive modifiers, that they are more of a special thing than a bunch of other rewards you can get. So what we also tied to the district upgrades is they will also always give you a new drive modifier, which is something you can toggle on at the beginning of your drive, and is something that increases reward but also challenge. Like examples are gonna be, you will lose a lot more of your bar at the bottom that adds to your multiplier when you make an accident, but you will also get some bonus farms at a bus stop when you have the modifier on. So yeah, they help you progress faster with a risk, so to say. So if you don't drive well, you will actually progress slower. So they're high risk, high reward kind of mechanic.
That's an interesting concept. So you presumably there's a bunch of them that you can unlock, and then you can pick them based on your driving style. If you think, oh, I'm a pretty safe driver, I can take this modifier. But like you say, if you make a mistake, it's going to cost you quite a bit.
Exactly. Sometimes it will limit. They gotten quite creative at some point. It's not just like that some things are more punishing and then you get a reward for that. Sometimes it's also just like, I am a confident driver, so I don't need certain parts of my interface. So I turn on the modifier that gets rid of that, and that adds to the challenge because it's like basically going immersive mode. And we also reward that then with a bit of extra. So yeah.
I do love how excited they get when I drive over a speed bump very smoothly. That's great. Are there any long distance runs, or is it just city? I think I kind of asked him that earlier, Tyler. I think it's more inner city.
There's more inner city, but the game will eventually give you potential for quite long routes also around the city and so on. So I wouldn't say it's exclusive inner city, by no means, but it's more the focus there. Yeah, I would definitely say so.
Okay, guys, have we got any more questions for Flo?
Oh yeah, actually, we've been here for a while now.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, you've probably got other things that you need to be doing right now.
For me, it's fine. I hope I don't disrupted your plans.
Not at all.
Here.
I was just more concerned about you, to be honest. No, I'm just driving around having fun. Does weather have an impact on the traffic? I don't know if it has an impact on the traffic. I think you mentioned that it will make, obviously, your friction a bit slippy.
Briefly covered it, yeah. We will, like, there's more / less traffic depending on where you are, depending on the weather too. So, yeah.
Release date or demo date? So the release is sometime in 2026. There's no date for it yet. And the demo is out now on Steam. Is it just until Steam Fest runs out on the 30th?
Should not. Yes, I think so. You will see if it's not, but I'm pretty sure it is. Get it fast.
Yeah, if you run the busbound command, it will give you a link. You've seen a few police cars around. Is there any interaction with them for things such as speeding or running red lights, says Andy Ladd?
Sorry, where was the question? Because it was a bit of a longer one and I already forgot half of it. Sorry.
Yeah, so if there are any police cars, like, will they pull you up for speeding or running red lights, that kind of thing? Or is it just purely a reputation thing?
Not the police cars, but I mean, there's a reason why there is a speed limiter. You can actually also turn that one if you feel a bit confident. It's kind of stuff where we wanted to play around a bit. If you think about bus driving and speeding, there's like, as a passenger, you always want to feel safe, but at the same time, you also don't want to be late. So sometimes you kind of turn off that speed limiter, try to go a bit beyond. But it's not necessarily the police that will then pull you over, but your passengers will, first of all, call you out on that, especially if you go crazy speeds. Eventually, they will do that rather frequently. And that will, yeah, definitely have a negative impact on your reputation. But if you're late and you go a bit above here and there, and then again on the limit, and then a bit above, they will be kind of fine with that. So you can kind of also use that a bit more tactically Because people don't want to be late, but they want to be safe.
What if you just cut the corner and drive over the curbs like I just did?
I mean, here and there, you know, a little bump on the curb is forgivable, but yeah, eventually you know, not like you can hang out and just go across the sidewalk. People will have a problem with that.
So if I've understood you correctly, if you're running late because, I don't know, the traffic was bad or there was some random hazards in the way and you need to catch up on time, you floor it, bust the speed limit, your passengers might be okay with that because you've get them there on time?
But don't make them feel unsafe, you know? Like, I'm not sure if I want to be in the middle of the city on a bus, like in dense traffic on a bus that goes 45, you know, no matter how late we are. So, but you can try to, yeah, just go a bit beyond here and there, and then, yeah, maybe reach the bus stop better on time.
Yeah, I just drove that route. I think I just did it backwards, but that was a lot of fun because it felt a bit longer, and I went on some of the big roads as well, so that was really fun.
Yeah, Tim, actually, I think you even upgraded the district once more now. So we kind of ran through the demo once again. I don't know if there are any more questions. Even if there are, first of all, I wanted to say thank you for having me. I already wanted to thank you in the beginning, but we got in the topic so quickly. This was super fun already. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you. Well, thank you very much for joining me. It's always an honor having some of the dev teams on these games in for a chat, and it's really interactive because the people in chat can just get to ask you things directly, which is the best way, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Also have some of our devs helping out here in the chat. I already noticed. It's also very nice.
Seen that. Guys, do you have any more further questions for Flo? Continue the great work and release it around Christmas, please. Thanks. That's pretty unlikely. Upgrade district there. That's going to end the demo. That one long drive just smashed through the upgrades.
The ash tree district.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, you're doing a good job at collecting
and a relic of its
those
past.
bombs.
What mood does it set for our young? A mood brimming of hope is what it instills. The recent changes
Jacko,
are
I think
taking great
in terms of modding, I think Flo said that there will be mod support, but you can't add new maps, for example. Can you add new buses, do you know? Did you mention that?
Socialize.
It's not planned for now. We will. I want to say we will see what the future brings, but always, you know, I'm not a decision maker here, so take it with a grain of salt. I obviously, like, put it this way, obviously we know that this is something that would be really cool to have. Let's put it like this. Flo's preferred variety of cheese. I like blue cheese a lot. Like there's like gorgonzola and so on. There's one local kind here in Tyrol. It's called ash cheese. Really good. I can recommend to try the cheese here whenever you are in Austria.
This is the offer.
I like blue cheese with red wine.
The rest of the team will introduce themselves
Yes,
as
actually.
you stumble
They
across
complement each other very well.
Some nuts, some grapes.
There you go.
This is where you can add new lines and adjust the ones you already support. I know it might be a bit overwhelming.
Oh, I see. So when you start this, it doesn't let you drop off at the stadium. That comes later. Go backwards.
But all right, I think we answered a lot of stuff.
Do you have to fill up the fuel for the bus? I don't think you do. Just looking at the controls in here.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think there's any fuel. Kneeling
They come in
wipers.
fueled for you, and then you focus on getting people from A to B very safe and sound, and reasonably quick, as a bus can do.
Fuel economy and points would be nice. Yeah, I don't think it's dealing with fuel burn, therefore you can't really have fuel economy, can you?
Yeah, exactly, right? That's kind of the point. Like some things we really wanted to keep more focused on what you do while you're in the seat, right? And then things that impact what you do seat. Also, we usually deal with, you know, the line, like, sure, you can build actually line, maybe you can drive around on this map for 2 hours straight, but on a bus with a good fuel tank is gonna be fine with that either way. So
yeah.
Not a big concern.
Well, Flo, I mean, I've had a lot of fun playing this. I really genuinely wish the demo was longer, just because I want to carry on playing, but I understand.
Man,
it's just a
sometimes
teaser.
I was thinking, guys, it's too short. Yeah, it would be. But then at the same time, we're happy that this little slice feels nice.
No, it is a nice little taster. Do you think there'll be another one before the actual release next year, or do you think that'll be it?
I don't know, honestly. Man, it's a very good question. No idea. We will see what the future brings.
Because like the real advantage of releasing a demo, because the game's only out next year, so the advantage of releasing a demo like this now is you can get a lot of feedback very quickly and then change, you know, just course correct slightly and, you know, focus on the things that people are asking for, that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Often one of the reasons, like, you want to give people an idea what they get, right? Because it's also, I think it's a very different experience than our previous titles, right? So that with a demo you can have a look, okay, what's the new thing we're cooking? What we definitely will do in terms of the feedback stuff, like, yeah, also we will have an eye what people feedback, what they write on our Discord, which, by the way, on our, I'm pretty sure also on our demo page, definitely on our Steam page, you can join that. And if you have any issues, any feedback, you can put that in there. And we will also do eventually, what we're definitely gonna do is closed betas. So
yeah,
which also we will figure out through Discord and so on. So if you're interested in that, anyone, that's the place to be. And we also want to make sure that we do good support here. You know, like a game like this has a lot of little bells and whistles to offer. Like, it starts with the steering wheel support. There's so many steering wheels. We want to make sure that things are supported well, and then if people already get a hand on it, we can see if we already did a great job there, or if there's some improvements. So yeah.
I think I might have broken it, Flo. There's a roadblock ahead, and they were merging into the left lane, so I tried to change lane and hit the car in front of me. And
yeah, Tim, there's like quite a dense traffic situation going on.
Yeah,
here.
you're kind of stuck now.
Damn.
Because everybody on the bus is now upset because we're all going to be late.
I guess so, yeah. Maybe... actually, a funny stigma, I would say, to the feedback of your passengers so often is sometimes you can stretch the rules a bit, you know, so things go in your favor. Like, let's say, for example, if you would go on the other lane for a bit in order to pass the situation, it's fine, you know. Don't do it for too long. In your case, it's a bit unfortunate because there's your bus stop.
Yep, I need to stop here. And they're struggling to merge, so I think that's the problem. I can't do anything.
Yeah, because there's like a little accident going on the side.
My horn's not helping. Well, listen, Flo, I don't think there's any more questions for you looking at it. Will triple screens be supported? Someone's saying.
We're all going to be late.
Man, I honestly have to say, it's not even like that I don't want to say it because I don't know what I can say. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah, it's a big game. A lot of different people do different things, and sometimes not even not everyone knows everything.
More for the tech team, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I get out of this situation.
There's only this one pickup left.
It's the guy in front. That's the problem. He's not moving. I don't know why he's not moving. Might just give this guy a friendly nudge.
Some big jams going on the junction overhead too, which might just contribute to this. At this point, yeah, just giving his little nudge.
Might have to take a run up. There we go. Right, I've got through to my bus stop. Hey! I fixed it. Listen, Flo, it's been amazing having you on. Thank you so very much for coming on and chatting with us. I've answered a lot of questions. I've really enjoyed the demo. Like I say, it's not long enough, but I would say
yeah, thank
that.
you so much for having me, and always fun to look people play, and that they don't get stuck at the side of the road at the beginning of the tutorial, but the game actually kind of works. It's always nice to see people have fun.
Amazing. I guess I'll let you go on with the rest of your day then, and
yeah,
maybe go and get some blue cheese.
Yeah, just to celebrate the demo.
Absolutely. I look forward to chatting with you nearer the time when we get more towards release day. Maybe get you back on or something.
Maybe we can do. Man, I would love to. So maybe we can do something there. That would be super cool.
Amazing. Chats, can we give a big thumbs up to Flo for joining us? Flo's from Still Alive Studios. He's one of the game designers who's been working on the game. Co-op with Flo, yeah, there you go. Awesome.
I mean, I would be down. We can maybe try that at some point.
Absolutely. Right, it's been great having you. I'll let you go, and I'll try and get out of this bus stop.
Thanks a lot. Have a nice rest of your stream. Nice rest of your day.
Thanks very much for joining. See you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye. I need to get out of here. I can't believe I got stuck right at the end. Yeah, so guys, Busbound, you can play this demo yourself if you want to try it out. !Busbound, we'll give you the link. You can play it on Steam. It will release on Xbox and PlayStation. PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, I think Flo said. But that's only 2026. But you can have a go yourself on Steam. He said they're adding wheel support, so I did see some stuff in the settings around steering wheels. It says choose preset, and then it's got Thrustmaster TMX, T300, T248, the T150, the Moser R5 base, no multifunction stalk, Logitech G920 for Xbox X, and the 920 driving force, the G29, Ori Truck Sim System, Fanatec Direct Drive 1, CSL Elite. So there's quite a few there already, but you said that they're going to add some more. It definitely supports controller, because I'm using a controller now, and keyboard and mouse is definitely supported as well. No, I don't want to update anything. And you can toggle speed limiter as triangle. Okay, so you can change the controls as well. Driving. Oh, gears. I didn't actually play with the gears. I had it on manual. Bus stop serving. Lights, special bus feature, crab mode. Interesting. Fan 1, fan 2. Radio, camera. Oh, you can move your seat, numpad. That's interesting. Let me get back in a sec. Is that numpad too? Oh, that's not working. Maybe you have to put it into a camera mode. Let me get past this guy. Oh, that was narrow. There we go. I am now very late. I think I'm going to take some shortcuts. We'll go down here. No, they tend not to be manual buses. They do tend to be automatic. That's why I'm quite happy to drive it on auto. That was a pro move. have to say though, I think this city, I think they've got a really good city here. It really does feel alive. I mean, obviously it's a demo. AI is going to have to improve a little bit. That's fair enough. But, you know, the passengers get on, the passengers get off. The city just feels very lived in. It's cool. I've not seen it at night, though. I wonder if there's a way you can drive at night. Needs a taxi DLC. Lol. I don't know. What was your thoughts, guys? What did you think about it? No, they put the bikes on the front. The parking the car's not being perfect. I saw that. Yeah, I went down one road and there was just like loads of parked cars. And some of them are a bit janky, like you say. It's very cool. It's really interesting that they've taken money out the equation. Because most bus sims tend to focus on, apart from probably OMSI, they tend to focus on income, don't they? They tend to focus on more passengers equals more money equals you can buy stuff. And they've taken a different route with this one. 41 gigs nuts. Well, I think this is quite a detailed city, but I don't know. I mean, it's only a demo. You can uninstall it at the end. See, look at this. It's like random stuff like this that you get in the game. Like, what is going on? I'll turn the game audio up a little bit now, because I had it turned down while he was with me. Let me also... Whoops. Let me also unmute the event audio, because I had that muted while he was with us. Because I know there was a bunch of resubs and messages, guys, but I had it muted while we were chatting with Flo.
Yay.
Yeah, I think it uses Unreal 5.5, so the lighting really is sort of next gen, isn't it? You predict there'll be a third-party program soon for management stuff? Maybe. But yeah, Zenith Harris became a 12-month Peanut member. Thank you, Zenith. And Gopher, thank you for 5 months. And Squirrels and Nutter with 95. Dave, I know you sent in a delivery, mate. To our customization stream. I didn't really play with the customization a lot. I had a quick go of it. I'm having a look at it in a sec. Oh god, not paying attention to chat. What's Lumen, Cypher? They added a real sun in the game, which is extremely dangerous. Lol. Good positioning. Apart from the wheel being in the curb. Limits a UE5 lighting system for global illumination. Is that used on 5.5 as well? Prefer a small map as opposed to green arrows. Did they actually... He said it was you could turn it off, but... Is that a gameplay thing? HUD input, standard. Reduced. Hints of the display, but the labels are hidden. Did you put that on... Let's put it on reduced and see what happens. Okay, so that's... Bottom left, it's changed the text and just gone for symbols. But it's not removed any of the arrows on the floor. Settings... And accessibility? Nope. Local telemetry. Enables or disables local telemetry API for external programs like SimHub. Wow, okay. Rich precedents have enabled more details about your gameplay visible to friends while playing. Enable analytics. I don't see anything at the moment for turning off the sat-nav. So maybe they're going to add that. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to turn that off, Zenom. It's exactly what I was trying to turn off, but I can't find it. I looked under accessibility. There are definitely windows on the bus. I think it was one of the drive modifiers that you could enable. Whereabouts? They're slightly squeaky, Dave. Do the wheels on the bus go round and round? All day long, Sensei Johnny. I'm going to go into the garage and have a look at the customization stuff again. Oh, is the full release? He talked about that. Fair enough.
Hi, my name's Cleo. I'm a creative problem solver. Basically, I find different ways to make our customers leave better reviews. And you'll find Jeff and...
Hello. Nice to meet you. I'm Jeff. I guess you can say I'm the one that makes us look good. I mean, we all do that, but you get it. Let me know if you want me to change up the look of your buses. So, I can change a bus's base color, the detailing, and any pattern the city council tells us it's okay to use. I know. It's weird they get to control this stuff.
So you've got pearl, metallic, glossy, carbon fiber, and matte. So if you go like carbon fiber, most of the colors are very dark then. Matte color, metallic color. You want a transparent bus? Okay. Bottom layer. Customize colors.
My name is Jeff.
You can put a stripe in there. My day. Double border frame. Frame's interesting. Wait, so if you go frame, you then get two colors to choose from. Interesting. So you can choose a top bit. Right, so the orange was the base color, and then the style does a top and bottom stripe. So you could do like a white like that, for example. Wanted a white looking bus in a gloss. Top layer. Then this sits on top of that. That's cool. Wait, are those double lines hidden? Yeah, there you go. Overwrite livery. Apply changes. There you go. How do you position yourselves inside the bus? Basically, on controller, you press the right thumbstick and it goes between third person and first person. But if you look through these buses, all these are locked. You've got the Vicinity Lightning. You've got the classic 30-foot CNG. Also from Vicinity. You've got the Horizon Sightseer. I didn't even know they had a double-decker in America. Keyboard only. You'd have to have a look in the controls. I wish you could drive that right now. You got the Excelsior 60-foot Charge FC brackets XHE. That's a catchy name. Bendy bus hype. That is mad. Look at that. Look at the roof on that. Vegas has got a few doubles. You got a 40-foot version of that. You got FC and NG versions of it. The CNG version of the 40-foot. Then you've got the Latenda Electric, which I have to say definitely deserves an award for the ugliest design. Like that front is horrendous. I don't even think you could paint that in any way that would look good. It's bad. Yeah, I think FC must be fuel cell. That's a 40-foot electric bus. That's quite nice. See, if you drive an electric bus in this game, is it purely battery charged, or are there lines on the road that you can go and recharge it? Jacko, thank you for your super chat, mate. Thanks for playing the game. You've always had one of my favourite YouTubers since I was a child. Thank you very much. Appreciate your support, Jacko. Thank you. PC Tech, thanks for gifting a sub to Kostka. You've got the Horizon 40-foot diesel, the CNG 40-foot, which has a bike rack on the front, the fuel cell 60-foot, a 60-foot electric bendy bus. Look at that. That's nuts. And then a 60-foot diesel bendy bus. Awesome. I'm going to edit my drive. If it'll let me.
I'll get the network maps updated now.
Oh, I can't go to that stop yet. Why not upgraded it enough? Apparently I've not upgraded it. Wait, where's my paint skin that I just put on? The small electric bus looks like a new USPS car. Ah, there you go. Got a new livery. The images in the UI are not live yet, so it shows a stock image of the bus. Yeah, that's fair. I kind of figured that when I saw it, because it has put it in the game, it's just not changed it in the menu. I wish I could wipe my window, look. Starting the depot is on top of our internal wish list. It's not part of the demo game yet, but soon will be. Yeah, I think starting in the depot and then having to sort of start the bus up. People like that. Just like the building detail is just fantastic. Honestly, the map team has done so well. I kind of feel bad just whizzing past a lot of this scenery. Is the demo itself multiplayer? I don't believe so, no. It's not really long enough for multiplayer anyway. It'd take you about an hour to get through it. It is quite literally a demo. I wish you could put the wipers on intermittent.
Very smooth.
Also, when you're on third person, I don't think it should show the rain. That's just weird. What happens if you miss a turn? Probably just like everything, you get downvoted. Masters of the speed bump. I love the way they got off the bus and go, yeah. Do you get penalised if you're taking your own path to get to a stop? It's a very good question. I think not. I think you're probably penalised for the way you drive and whether you get to the stop on time. But considering when the map, when you edit the route, it's kind of picking the shortest journey to a stop anyway. If you go a different way, you're probably taking longer. Has it stopped raining? Jeez, that guy's cutting me up. Look at that. What the heck, bro? Pickup truck drivers, eh? Actually, no ideas in them. Oh, actually, yes, I do. I'm having a jacket potato with meaty casserole on top. I like how they get out and pop their umbrella. '99 streets. The details on these cars in front. They have little bumper stickers. You love the smell of a casserole cooking in a slow cooker. That's what I had on Sunday. That smell. Went into the house and that's the smell. a slow cooker with a casserole in it. And it just permeates the house for like 5 hours. Skyblade, if you wind the stream back about 10-15 minutes, I went through the settings and showed you all the wheels it supports currently. But they do plan to add more. But yeah, if you run the command, the busbound command, that'll take you to the page where you can download the demo on PC and play it. Curb alignment, perfect. Front alignment, perfect. Ending drive. I think the modifier that only tells you the street name to turn on. You have to look for the street signs yourself would be cool. Snobby, that's not how bus drivers operate. There's absolutely no sense of guesswork involved in driving a bus. You get given a route and it shows you exactly where you go. It doesn't just go, here's a list of street names, drive down the road and take a guess. And if you get it wrong, you might end up down the one-way street. It doesn't work that way. But sure, you can, if you want a modifier, I'm sure somebody will mod it for you. It's like, have you ever seen a train driver's route map? You ever seen theirs? Theirs has like a 3D plan. It has like a side view that shows you elevation changes and stuff. Absolutely no guesswork. Well, I need to edit this now. Connect Phoenix High to a line. Close. May unlock bus stops by collecting thumbs up on a bus stop you already have. Okay. I'll choose that. Edit line.
I'll let the council know we're making network changes.
You do that. Oh yeah, we've got a night shift. Nice. I want to reverse this. I want it to spin the other way. Line color and name. Line ID. Line color. We'll take the nutty circles. Is that added? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We haven't. We could detour this way just to see more of the map. That's pretty much the extreme of the map, though. Once as a school bus driver, we had someone go with us for the first week off a new route and tell us where it went. We were only let alone once we had memorized it. Yeah, totally, that's how it works. Save line. Let's reverse it. Start driving nutty circles. At least we've got a nighttime journey. Thank you, 53 Modus. wonder when they'll release this next year. Like, are we talking first half? If they've got a demo ready now, I'm theorizing it will be the first half of the year, not the second. I'm hopeful. But they might just do the typical thing of release it like after Gamescom or something. No, it releases on PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. But the demo is only on PC at the moment. I tell you what, I think I agree. I wouldn't mind a mini-map. I do love the mirror popping up when you indicate, but I'd love a mini-map. Bottom right, instead of having that 2x thing, give me a little mini-map. And then I can get rid of the little arrows and stuff. Your 8-year sub-anniversary tomorrow, Zinem. I honestly can't answer that, Zinem. I don't know where the time goes. In the shredder. I wish you could see them putting the bike on the front. What the heck was that? Each bus has its own sounds. I did notice that the audio is pretty decent. Whoa, what are you doing? What's going on? Uh-oh. Absolute lunatic. First found Squirrels Community 8 years ago. It was around November. Nice. Pickups, man, look at them. Causing chaos as usual. I'm so tempted to go around this guy. Get out of it. That looks like big congestion. You remember coming home from school and watching me play ATS ETS? Lol. I'm enjoying it, Chicken Boots. I really am. Like, when Flo was chatting to me near the start, I was just zoning out. Well, not zoning out, I wasn't listening to him. I was zoning out just in this map. Do you know, I nearly shut the door down before that woman had gone. What they said was they'll probably stick within the United States. But whether they do more cities, I don't know. Then maybe in the UK. Never caught a live stream, Lucifer. Welcome. I stream every weekend.
Ooh.
Ooh. You stopped like a pro. Well, they have got a double-decker in the game, just not in the demo. It does have manual gear controls. I noticed that in the settings. So I'm guessing you can do it. Maybe on different buses. Phoenix High. So that's the north end of the map. Yeah, I think most of them will be auto. You're going to play it on release? Of course I am. Speed bump sounds are very authentic. Yeah, I genuinely think the mapping team have done a great job. Tony's cars. I don't know why, but 30 feels faster than 30 in real life. I keep thinking I'm going really quickly and it says I'm doing 30.
Watch the road.
Wait, what? Driving on the sidewalk? What? Give over. I think there was some very slight clipping, but I don't think that warranted being on the sidewalk. Are the bus headlights on? They are. You can see them. You can put your main beams on. That was a fun drive. That's like the biggest drive you can do unless you start looping it. There should be a person walking free roam. Honestly, with that map quality, there really should. You should be able to get out and walk around. Go to the office. Why is the garage highlighted? What'd be good is if you could copy that. Wait, maybe you can. Can you get it
Let's
from...
get it done.
Load from presets. Oh, you beauty. Apply to bus. Oh my god. I think I must have unlocked some stuff. Yeah, I've unlocked a bunch of colours. So as you level up, you've unlocked... Yeah, look. There's loads more now. As I've leveled up, I've unlocked a lot more liveries. Right, it's good that you can copy them, because now you've got like a style on the fleet, which is nice. Pink's available. That's puppy pink, mate. Puppy pink. Right, 90% through. I'm going to reverse that, so we'll come... Yeah, we'll go that way this time. Let's do it in this one this time. Have you got 2 buses available? Got my tea. Oh, it's raining. I wish you could pick the weather. Settings. Audio. Turn the radio off. Want to listen to the bus audio. I don't know if there's any snow in the game. I did ask him about that. I don't know, Lucifer. I don't think the external camera should have snow and rain on it. Yeah, I don't think they'll do it in the final release. I think the external camera will be clear. I think the wiper audio is a little bit loud. I can't actually see this guy properly. It's just for the window. Oh, you scumbag. It does. It needs to be able to like wipe the window at the side. What on earth? Wait. What are these guys doing? They're in the wrong lane? What the? They're on the other side of the road? Too real, yeah? Authentic traffic. Thank you, Bitu. Apparently my speed bump etiquette is perfect. How do we know if people are getting on or not? Feels like guesswork. Ash tree upgrade ready. Unlock a drive modifier. Yeah, this one's not electric. It has electric in it. Nah, you can only drive 2 buses currently in the demo boat. It's not. The other 15 are locked. It's good that they got off like licenses though for the actual buses. That's what I kept saying, manual. It feels like you're going quicker than you are. To me, the speedo feels wrong.
Yeah.
To me, it feels like you're going quicker than the speedo's saying you are. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Dino. I think that'll be fixed. Yeah, I said that. Little detail with the umbrellas. You kind of get off your bus and then pop the umbrella. It's nice. See, this doesn't feel like 23 miles an hour. Not at all. No, Lucifer. There's no ticketing. They won't be buying their tickets. They'll be basically... It's all subsidised by the council, effectively. Or the district. You earn money via reputation. Well, you don't really earn money, to be fair. You earn reputation, and that unlocks things. There's no sense of people paying for a ticket. Ooh, ambulance. It could be my field of view. I've dialed the field of view back down. This thing accelerates quickly, almost like an electric bike. It's not the acceleration that is the problem. It feels like you're going quicker than the speedo. I wonder if the buses will get dirty. I should have asked him that, actually. Like, the bus is super clean. Will it get dirty over time? Look at that. Nutty circles. I love it. See, how quick do you think we're going there? It feels like 40, not 30. That's 20. That feels like 30 to me. I know that whenever I travel at 20 in the car and a 20-mile-an-hour limit, it feels like I'm walking. Is it based off a real city? I think they said they modelled it on Nashville, I think. Oh, we stopped? Is that because I pressed the horn? Right, that's 30 miles per hour in this game. That feels like 40 miles per hour. But hey, it's a demo. Yep, the demo's 45 gig. There we go. That's the end of the demo. I think I finished it 3 times. Yeah, I think they'll fix it, Peachy. I mean, it's a demo, you know. Upgrade complete. Smashed it. To be honest, like, for a demo that is, you know, however many months away from release, it's pretty polished. District upgrade.
The Ash Tree District, the nursery of Emberville's future, and a relic of its past. What mood does it set for our young? A mood brimming of hope is what it instills. The recent changes are taking great leaps to make the district more accessible. Thanks to our amazing transit network, our kids can safely reach their schools, socialize, and have fun. Ash Tree is reclaimed.
And there you go. That's the end of that demo. Right, guys, I'm going to head out. That was a lot of fun, that was. And it was awesome for the dev to join me. I don't know if they're still watching or not, but if you are, thank you very much for joining. That was great fun. Really enjoyed that demo. Exclamation mark Busbound if you want to play it for yourself. I think it is a 45 gig download on Steam, but give it a try. See what your PC thinks about it. It does have frame generation support, that kind of thing. If you go down to the bottom of the video stuff, it has DLSS if you've got that. I turned motion blur off straight away, as I always do. And I was playing it on Epic Everything, and I locked it at 120, and it didn't miss a heartbeat. So it's really polished in that sense. But the map detail's beautiful. I really look forward to this game. I think it's going to be fun. Can we get some love in chat for the mods? I don't normally stream on a Monday, so appreciate them jumping into to mod for you guys. I will be back on Friday, Mike. I'll be back on Friday. I'll be doing a Friday stream, probably starting 10 AM. And then I think Saturday, Sunday's more or less normal, just working around the F1. But yeah, I'm going to head out now. So I bid you a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll see you all in a few days' time on Friday. What do you mean, Zen? I streamed last Friday, mate, and the one before that. What are you talking about? God, no dedication. Look at the schedule. Right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks to Still Alive Studios for sponsoring the stream today. And I'll see you all on Friday. Take it easy. Love you all. Good night.